What's up, guys? What's going on? Back here in Hollywood. How you doing? This is like the second time I've had to restart this thing when it's the craziest thing. The orientation goes off like it's vertical and it's supposed to be horizontal, and then you just have to do it again. Anyway, I hope everybody's good. I see there's a law enforcement presence out tonight already. Not unusual. Oh, is this a news truck? Oh. You know what's going on there? That's a Paramount truck. It's good to have Friday night free now. For a long time, my schedule was different, and I couldn't really go out on Friday, and it's nice to be able to. Go ahead and let me know where you're from and what you're doing tonight. And if you can, like, comment, and subscribe so you could help me grow the channel. Appreciate it. Man, it's kind of quiet out here. It's like really concerning because this area relies on tourism very much. It's absolutely critical that this area has tourism dollars coming in, and unfortunately we're hurting pretty bad right now. Showgirls, thousands of beautiful girls and 3 ugly ones. Interesting. LA Deb said hi. LA Deb, there's something I want to ask you. I'll send you a message. It's about YouTube chats. Just a question I have. Something that got mentioned the other day. So I'll send you a DM or something. Chuck said hi. What's up, Chuck? Oh, look, it's the Life exhibition. the totally real life story of L. Ron Hubbard. Nothing fake here. Rest assured. It's all real, folks. What about when he launched a missile from the submarine he was commanding with no permission? I think that was the beginning of like the end of his thing in the Navy. But in these museums and in his life story, the way they tell it, he's like a naval hero. LA Deb said Jess and Will are at the test center. Well, I'm heading in that direction. I saw they were live, but I just, you know me, I'll just go out and walk. Whether I see friends or whether I just walk alone. It's like, was that a Johnny Cash song? You'll never walk alone? I forget. Anyway, I'll walk alone. I do like this new phone. There's just something keeps happening when I go live where the orientation is messed up. And then I have to restart it. It's annoying, so I'm trying to figure that out. This place looks cool as hell. I've been meaning to Scum and Villainy Cantina. It's like a bar for like gamers and stuff. I've been meaning to go in there. If you saw one of the streams with me and live streamer We in LA, and remember to follow We in LA on YouTube. We were like checking that place out. All right, so there's more people over here, which is cool. Like I was saying, you know, we're hurting. We need these tourism dollars, and Jan said hi. What's up, Jan? And everybody, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Eric Levai. I'm an investigative reporter, and I'm an open source analyst, which means I use public information to hold people accountable, like war criminals and people like that. And I live in LA, and when I'm not doing my work, I like to go out and just live stream, capture what's going on. You know, take my mind off my work, which is usually pretty serious. So I'll just walk down here. You could also subscribe to my Substack, which is free. I publish independent reporting on different topics: police accountability, money laundering, financial crime, all kinds of stuff. Protest coverage. And you can subscribe for free. It's in the description of the video. I got a new story coming out pretty soon I'm working on about, well, I guess I don't want to give anything away, but I've been going through government contracts, which are public information, and I'm going to publish something about a contract I found. I guess I can't be any more specific right now.
Keep watching if your recent car accident was not your fault, because I've got a way that you could get 3.5 times more compensation after that accident. Here's what usually happens when you get in a car accident. If it's not your fault, you'll get a payout offer from an insurance company, and it might be a pretty low one. This is where a good lawyer comes in. Serious car accident.
That's why I asked. I was like, make sure it's.
The city is such a trip. You'll walk past like a couple live streamers. Like someone is always streaming.
Come on, bro. It's 50K left, bro.
That's why we're going like this, though, because when I know she's gonna crash out, and if she crashes out, I'm gonna, there's two of them.
B said, keep up the good and hard work. Hold those fools accountable. Appreciate it. That's what I try to do. I just try to have fun doing it too, you know. We do love our vendors out here, by the way. That's what I was going to say before. LA loves our street vendors. It's like the backbone of the city. You said you feel like you're in Hollywood? Good, that's the idea. That's the idea.
Are you a sunflower? I believe that's
I heard some friends of mine are over at the what's called the test center, which is live streamers film the police LA or Scientology audit and Jessica Palmadesso. So I'm walking in that direction. So if they're still there, I'll say hi. The test center, if you guys followed the whole thing that happened on TikTok, is basically a building owned by the Church of Scientology, which is a cult, and they were more or less essentially shut down by a friend of mine who's an activist, and Rolling Stone covered it. So anyway, sometimes you'll still see people out there.
Yeah, he's definitely not anything like.
This place is pretty good. Tequila. I don't go out down here much because if you guys have followed the channel, you know I don't really like all the things that happen down here, like attention, loud noise. I basically I'm not really that guy, but this is a good bar, and it's usually not that crowded. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We do a lot of stuff on this channel. We're going to do a lot of interviews. What I'm trying to get going ultimately is kind of like a Sam Cedar, David Pakman thing. You know, a lot of like news interviews. And you could check out a few that are on the channel. But there's just a lot going on in this city right now. So myself and live streamer We in LA are working on I just need to like make my studio look a little bit better. That's another thing I need to ask. I'm going for it. I need to ask LA Deb if you're still listening. I want to know how Will, Film the Police LA, sets up that. He's just got like a good setup with that light, and I'm just curious how he does that. Simple but effective. I like it. Amanda said you want me over Sam's here. Yeah, I met Sam a couple. If you're just coming in for the first time, this is Eric Levai. I'm an investigative reporter and sometimes a commentator. I've been on. Wait, hang on. Let me get my beauty face on. That's me. All right. Cool. And I've been on the Daily Show podcast with Jordan Klepper, and I've done a lot of media, but I'm still trying to get this thing to like the next level. So that's kind of like what I want to do. And I did some podcasts too. And that's the short version of the last 10 years. So yeah, I was on with Jordan Klepper. It was like a year and a half ago. That was hilarious. He had this show about conspiracies. I know someone wanted to see the food, so that's the food. Oh, this place is cool. We walked through here last time, the escape room. If you guys saw the stream a couple weeks ago, myself and live streamer We in LA walked through here. They actually had like a really good singer. I was on with Jordan Klepper. We talked about this conspiracy I wrote about as a journalist called Itallygate, which is this insane conspiracy theory about a satellite. I'm telling you, I had these guys rolling, you know what I mean? Because I also have like a background in, before I got into journalism, I wrote in Hollywood and did comedy and stuff, so I had Jordan and the producer, Matt, they were like cracking up because they thought I was just going to be some like stiff guy who was on for the, you know, just to talk about like an academic guy. Because at the time I was an investigator at this think tank. Anyway, so they were just, it was fun. You can check it out on, the show is called Jordan Klepper Fingers the Conspiracy. It was a podcast. And I think we were the last episode I was on. It was me. And it was like Governor Josh Shapiro. It was crazy, man. I was like, whoa, this is a trip. One of the things I like about coming down here is you can, because you guys know I cover other types of events. You can just kind of I look like a tourist down here, and like people just kind of, for the most part, don't really notice, and I like that. People don't really get as aggro about filming and all this stuff that happens in other aspects of my life, so I just look like another guy from, I don't know, visiting from wherever. Joe said Jessica's not in front of Scientology. Well, I don't blame her. Gets a little weird down there. Yeah, I'm coming up on it right now. It's right here. I don't usually go in front of that building unless there's someone else there because it's just creepy. Yeah, it looks like the money grubbing cult is empty. You're in Hollywood, can you say hi? I think you just did say hi. That's the cool part. Joe said, Jessica's passing McDonald's. See, everyone is always filming something. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Where's that? Oh.
Amanda said slow walkers. Yeah, I also have the same reaction.
For real? Yeah.
Alcohol, so my friends come for Christmas and all the dreams.
I also, I don't know if you saw earlier, but I kind of slowed my walk because there was a couple in front of me that looked like they were in the middle of some dispute. And I don't want to be the guy who gets accidentally shot during one of those. I got a real bad vibe there.
Real love, shout out to you, my bro, for pulling up one time. I be keeping it going right here off the top, and I'm keeping it live.
It was real. The dude was real. It was real aggressive and weird. So I just like stopped, slowed up.
Yeah, I'm chilling right here. I got double hats, yeah. And that don't mean a thing. Yeah, I just spit. Hey, yeah, do what my dinner be out in the mix. In the mix, yeah.
Dr. Who said, did I pass Jimmy Kimmel?
In the mix.
It's really close. It's right up there. Very close.
So, yeah, all lavender. I'm not too sure, but I'm doing my thing right here. No, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Sonia said hi. What's up, Sonia?
For sure. They pulled up on two scooters. They good word. They good word. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lavender said in. You're chilling right there on the scooter. Anything electric. Okay. Okay. I'm kicking these raps. Shout out to bro. He looking on his phone. He checking the app. Man. Yeah. Spitting it tough. Yeah. This what I love. He chilling right there. Yo. They both got on pink gloves. Ladies and gentlemen.
Why does it have to be the longest light when there's like a speaker right in my ear? Without fail.
To the people one time. Just pulling up, getting it warmed up. Get it popping like some soda.
It's loud as hell.
yeah. Keep it in the pocket, yeah. But I can beat heartbeat. I be wondering, yeah. When the home, yeah. What's our beat?
I can be a world-class hater if I feel like it. when I want to be. I man, I said loud as hell and not good. Yeah, maybe that was my problem. I just like it was okay. It was just real loud and it was too long. Yeah, I want to try this thing. I told live streamer we in LA we need to hit this thing up because it looked interesting. Player One VR World. This looks pretty cool. Of course, why do virtual reality when? I mean, look at where we are. Look at where we are right here. Alright, so oh shoot. Let me explain something to you guys if you ever come down here. Never film a street performer unless you're prepared to fork over the money. If you guys have seen the other streams, you know what I'm talking about. On the last one, because they'll follow you, and they have every right to ask for it because they're performers, but they'll follow you for blocks. Did you guys see the 75-year-old Spider-Man who followed us for like, he followed us almost like, it felt like a half mile. Until she finally gave him some money. That's why I don't film them usually, because I just don't feel like it. The vendors are cool. The performers, you got to be careful. All right, this is cool. If you guys watch the Academy Awards, they'll often have a shot where there's staircase. You'll see a big staircase. This is right here. But this is actually kind of cool right here. This music store just opened. It's all instruments. It's like salsa music. It's really cool. I don't know why they picked here to open, but it's cool. I thought I banned everything involving ice and fashy weird stuff, but sometimes people manage to creep one past. LA Deb said I saw a concert there. Nice. Yeah, this is it right here. Check this out. It is kind of a trip being here when it's so quiet. All right, cool. I guess we could go up here for a sec. Kind of like want to go have a drink or something. I'm gonna do that afterwards. I'm not gonna do that during the stream. It'd be kind of boring and not boring, but you know, I just want to be able to focus. This is a really cool museum. The government of Japan, actually, it's called Japan House. And the government of Japan actually pays for this museum. It's all Japanese artwork. It's awesome. And remember, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This is Eric Levai. I'm an investigative reporter, and I like to walk around and just film other stuff when I'm not working. Yeah, I recommend this museum. Super cool. My family is from Hungary. Correct. I was born here though. I would be a second generation American. My grandparents were born there. I've been there a couple times. It was great. Went to Budapest, went to Szeged. So this is sort of like an outdoor mall, and usually it's kind of like pretty quiet right now. Yeah, I wish I could understand everything you're saying. My father can speak Hungarian, but I never learned. Why? So I just knew you were writing Hungarian, so I just took a guess. This is cool. Hang on. Let me get a shot of myself here. Smile. Okay. That was a keeper. Could you guys feel it in the last frame? I could feel it. I don't know what this is. It just says O. Alright. So they'll have like outdoor events here sometimes. I actually watched the Super Bowl here this year. It's pretty cool. It's like a bunch of stuff here. Whoa, where am I going? Alright. We got 530 people. Appreciate it. Grady said, how often do I do this walk? All the time. All the time. Is that a long line to get into Dave and Buster's? Really? Would you guys allow yourselves to be frisked to get into a Dave and Buster's? I feel like you could pick a better spot around here that doesn't involve being frisked for weapons. Grady said, I'll follow you, South Carolina. Awesome, man. Thank you. That's like a full, like, really? Oh, this is cool. Check this out. I don't even know what is Dave & Buster's? It's like a sports bar, right?
Yeah. The mall's closed down.
Oh, it is?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. No worries.
There's a few locations still open that you can go to, but just the mall is open.
Okay. No worries. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Guess the mall's closed. That's crazy. What time is it? It's 10:47 p.m. So people are getting frisked to walk into a Chuck E. Cheese for adults. That just seems very odd. Wait, also look at that line, man. these people must not live here because there's so many awesome places you could go to that don't involve like waiting on a line or being frisked by some wannabe, some dude who watches MMA and pictures in his head like when that violent moment will happen where he'll become a hero or something. Like, really? Dude, I'm not getting frisked at a Dave & Buster's. On top of that, imagine having that job, like having that guy. Gotta work somewhere else, man. I'm just like, now I'm just kind of stuck on this. Like, what? Like, really? All right, guys. Welcome to the sports bar. All right, enough of that. Talking about your vacation in LA, like, yeah, it was cool, man. But the highlight was when I waited in line for 38 minutes at Dave & Buster's, and they made sure I didn't have a firearm. It was real cool. Yeah, man, my trip to LA was great. Let me tell you about it. I could probably do at least 40 minutes on this alone, but don't worry, I won't. Amanda said, have fun, catch you next time. Thanks, Amanda. Appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. Have a good night. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here. It's just so funny to me. Get some ideas from that, maybe like a comedy sketch or something. You know what? I think I am going to write that up. I'm going to write that up as a sketch or something. And I'm gonna play the dude. I'm gonna play the bouncer. I need you guys to stand in it. Now I'm just gonna go with it. Oh, these guys are playing like, that's cool. What's that game? Cornhole. Thank you. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I guess like part of the mall is closed and part isn't. Over here. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Always appreciated. You can support us at the links in the chat. Help us do more. Help me ramble more. Johnny said, not another dinosaur movie. I didn't even see that, to be honest. Is that one of those movies that drives people crazy once you have kids? I didn't even see which movie it was. It just sounded like one of those movies that you're kind of like pulling your hair out, but maybe your kids love it or something. I don't have kids, so I don't know. I don't. What's this? You said don't have kids, they ruin your life.
Yeah, we noticed that.
I got some ice cream earlier actually when I went shopping. I don't have like really a sweet tooth. I have like no sweet tooth. Cake, all that stuff. It's just not, it's weird. It's not, I don't think it's unusual, right? Most people like that stuff, right? But today I did get some ice cream. Oh, this machine's pretty cool. Sprinkles. I should get this for my apartment. Just a big, you know what I mean? Like no bed, no dresser, nothing. Just a giant sprinkles machine. Have people over, just hang out, you know? What flavor ice cream? I got coffee. my favorite beverage. So then I got ice cream, which is the same. Adam Carmona. What's up, Adam? Yeah, I got the Trader Joe's coffee flavor. It was good too. I wonder how, I don't want a sprinkles cupcake, but I'm really curious how much these are. So it's $7. Is that the normal price if you weren't at a vending machine in the middle of Hollywood? Bro, the thing is right now, like I know, like people who follow me know, that protest going on in front of the MDC downtown, the detention center. LA Deb knows. She's heard my like snarky remarks. What is going on over there, man? They were like doing karaoke of like Smells Like Teen Spirit. I was like, bro, what are you guys doing? Don't you know how to organize a movement and get people excited and bring people out, you know, man? Like we're all on the same page in terms of the issue, but like, what the hell are these people doing? That's why I had to cut some videos, some sarcastic videos, and put it up on Twitter, X. Just go home, man. Regroup. Think about it. It was unbelievable. I was like, what are you guys doing? All right, we got the start. So you guys know they have the stars out here. Grace said, do you live in Hollywood? I live in LA. I live in LA. Not far. Johnny said you could buy a whole cake for, is that $599? That seems like a lot. I'm guessing you mean $5.99. Hopefully. Oh man, I was fortunate enough to meet Robin Williams several times when I worked in comedy. Hello, cool. He was a nice man, very nice guy. He'd be doing these little bits and stuff that were just hilarious. Like the first time I met him was in a coffee shop. People were just rolling, you know. It was unbelievable.
Hoodies and sweatshirts are only $9.99.
Robert Zemeckis, the director of one of the greatest movies of all time, Back to the Future.
It wasn't even that scary, but I still didn't like it. You're getting thinner here.
So this is the TCL Chinese Theater, and this is where usually like the biggest stars, they get their handprint. But they closed it. I don't know why stuff closes so early here. Like, we got to make money. This city is hurting right now. We can't be closing things at like 11 o'clock, like seriously, or 10 o'clock even. Got to keep this stuff open, man. You know, more like New York does. It's Anthony Hopkins right there. Silence of the Lambs. Sorry. I guess somebody's making money. I don't think I could do $7 for a cupcake, but the vending machine owner is definitely making a little money. LA Deb said, if you ever meet Pedro Pascal, tell him hello for me. Yeah, I would like to meet Pedro Pascal. He's awesome. Really talented actor. And Adam said Robert Zemeckis was a newspaper editor in high anxiety. That's awesome. Journalism is, I can say this as a journalist, it's a very boring job to try to portray on screen. That's why a lot of movies about journalists are pretty bad, because the actual, like, you can't make a movie about someone sitting in their computer for 9 hours, or just like, you know, the mechanics of it.
It's actually the
So it tends to be like more, this is actually the best souvenir store, by the way. I would say if you do visit LA and you want to buy a souvenir, I would go to this one, which is on Hollywood and Orange Drive right there. That's why they have to have scenes when it's a movie about a journalist with like people having like secret meetings and, you know, running from somebody, because Yeah, All the President's Men would be a good example of that, where it's like they and those things were true. You know, they did meet their source, who was called Deep Throat, in a parking garage and stuff like that. But some of it is just not really cinematic. You know, I've done a few things like that. You know, I've had those meetings. Myself and another reporter, we once met this guy in a bar, and he was a whistleblower from Deutsche Bank. His name was Val Brooksmith. I think I could tell the story now because he's passed away. And his father worked at the bank. And you can look him up. He, the New York Times did stuff with him. How you doing? So when we met up with Val, we were a little bit like cautious because there were some stories about him being a little bit like we just didn't know him that well, and we were really like, it's a kind of a long story. I guess I can't get into the whole thing, but it's not going to play as well on the stream. But we were like super cautious because the guy had a reputation for being a little erratic. And or another time I met a source in San Diego I didn't know, and I got into a car with two people I did not know, which is a bad idea. But maybe I'll do another stream where I'll talk about those. But anyway, for the most part in journalism, you're either on the phone or typing. Spotlight is excellent. You know what? What's his name? Jeremy Renner played him. Gary Webb, Kill the Messenger. That was pretty good. Yeah, I recommend that book that Gary Webb wrote. It's called Dark Alliance. Really good book. Unfortunately, Gary Webb passed away. He was a troubled guy, and he was treated very badly by the journalism industry. And it's a sad story. Dark Alliance is about how it's basically about how the CIA, when they made a deal. I think it was in like Nicaragua. They basically looked the other way as the crack cocaine was being imported into the United States and into South Central Los Angeles because they wanted to fight communism. You know, it's a classic story. So the people importing it, they looked the other way and let them traffic these, drugs into the United States, and made a dark alliance with them. And it talks about Rick Ross, the famous kingpin out here, the drug kingpin. So anyway, it's been a minute. This is actually a Scientology building over here. This is called, I think this is the Authors, whatever, what is it called? The Authors Guild? Author Services, I think. It's the one that has the copyrights to all of L. Ron Hubbard's books. More like word vomit, since that's what most of that stuff is. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I got a lot of plans for interviews and other stuff, but we'll always do this stuff. It's fun. Adam said Bill Moyers just passed away. He tried to use journalism to redeem himself after working. Adam, I didn't actually know that. I mean, I knew he passed away, and the guy was an absolute legend. I didn't realize that was like the impetus for him becoming a journalist. Bill Moyers was one of the best. You don't see that much. You want to talk about a dark alliance, man? Because people make you want to talk about dark alliance? The people who want to get ahead, who work, especially the ones who work at like in Washington at some of those publications. They want to have access to the halls of power. And to do that, they make these dark alliances, and they stop doing what you're supposed to do as a reporter, which is you're supposed to speak truth to power no matter who it is. And so a lot of those publications like Politico and the Washington Post, and they have some really good people there, but they also put out garbage. They put out absolute garbage. This is Roosevelt Hotel. Very much recommend visiting here if you come to LA. I wouldn't necessarily recommend staying at the hotel, which is okay, but the actual just come and like just get a drink. It's like so sick. Like, whoa. Oh, what was that? I think it was a firework or something. Man, the zoom on this camera is not that great. That was crazy. I'm like, it's not even a protest, man. I'm not even at a protest. Like, what? That was crazy. Tammy said hi. What's up, Tammy? That was super loud.
Trauma for us.
We got 200 people in here. Thank you. Thank you for watching. We got a man down. Yeah. Hopefully that man won't be me. That's mainly what I would prefer not to happen. That almost happened a couple weeks ago. If you saw a live stream or We in LA stream, I wasn't filming because if you saw, we were walking out when I was, I was covering the protests. She was live streaming. We were walking out, and I've been doing this job for a while. That's never happened. We were just chatting. It was real nice. It was just like it was just now. We were just quiet, kind of. And man, the cops just started shooting. Man, it was really fucked up. So the tear gas canister just landed. So basically, short story long here. They issued a court has just issued an injunction because of that incident. They put a restraining order on him, saying that they can't do that, which really you shouldn't have to do to reporters. When that tear gas landed next to me, I was instantly blind and deaf. Like that's how like disgusting that stuff is. And anyway, I'm fine. She took the worst of it. It was just so crazy. It was like totally. I've never had that happen. I've been in the middle of those situations, but there was always something happening. I've never had that happen where it was just totally quiet and then they just opened fire like that. Really, really fucked up. Tim said, where's Jessica? I don't know, man. I don't know where Jessica's at. Javier Bardem. No Country for Old Men. We got Winnie the Pooh. Don Rickles. Mr. Warmth. The legend. Shelly said, be careful, be ready to run. Yes. That's why it's good to do some more like light events or just walk around like this, you know, because those protests are they're real tense. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens. My favorite bar changed management, and now the vibe, I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys, the vibe is just like not that great. Totally different vibe. It's kind of a bummer. We got Mel's driving. Mel's is a very famous diner. YT says the true most of street vendors are gone. It's definitely hurt the street vendors. I don't think they're gone necessarily, but it's really, really sad and shameful. You know, people trying to earn a living. There's still a bunch of street vendors out there.
Hollywood and Western is this way?
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome. This way, I guess. Wax Museum. There's a few. One time I was down here, I was filming. It was like some kind of like jewelry store or something. I forget. I walked past it and I just like pointed the camera. The guy kind of bugged out a little bit. It's the craziest thing. I was just on the sidewalk. I was like, dude, you know, relax. It's free. It's, you know, it's like a free ad in a way. Plus, you know, I'm on a public sidewalk. It's a test center. Weird, creepy cult place. Bye-bye. Never staying here, bro. Creepy. That's a Waymo. If you guys don't have them in your town, that's a self-driving car. So there is no driver. I actually been meaning to take one. I was on the waiting list because I want to stream. I actually want to stream my first trip in a Waymo. I kind of just wanted to film it making a left turn, but this is a super long light. I was on the waiting list originally, and now the waiting list, like everybody is on, you know, anyone can take it now. Pretty smooth left turn. The thing is, I kind of like took a look and priced it. They're pretty expensive. I was kind of surprised. My understanding, and I'm not saying I agree with this, was that they were Waymo. These things are going to be cheaper because they're cutting out the human cost, of, like labor, right, of a driver, which is not a good thing in a lot of ways for, you know, for people. But it actually is more expensive than an Uber. Thank you. So what I do, I always just smile when around here, like when a random person talks to me. But I never stop moving. I don't look at them if I can avoid it, because you know, if you guys ever grew up in a city or lived in a city, at this time in this area, just being real, there's no good reason to talk to a stranger ever. I don't know what that guy was saying. He was just gesturing towards the tattoo shop. I just smile and move on. I know the drill. The nothing. It's like the guy who asked me for directions who I tried to ignore till he wouldn't. He just kept asking me, so finally I just agreed with him. I don't even know if I sent him in the right direction, to be honest. Because you know when something's wrong, right? You gotta just keep moving, you know? It's like a metaphor for life or something. I don't know what's going on. Love Now said I'm digging the multicolor lighting. Yeah, I like it too. Definitely grabs people's attention. It's cool. I think everybody should visit LA. It's a fun town. There's a lot to do. A lot of things to do. He was like, that was kind of cool. What's it called, like a wheelie? He was doing that for a second. I don't know the terminology. That was pretty cool. Yeah, with the stars, it's a little known fact, but someone has to sponsor you. So like, I never like telling people that. I feel like I'm just, it's not that anyone can get one because you can't, but there is money involved, which is, I guess, very American. So someone has to basically pay for it, which is, I think it's kind of weird. I feel like if you've earned the right to be here, it's, I don't know. There shouldn't be like a shakedown involved, but I guess that's how it is. That was Orson Welles, you know, Citizen Kane. Patrick, I'm not sure who that is, Patrick Knowles. Ralph Bellamy, I think, was in Trading Places, famous Eddie Murphy. I think that was him, Eddie Murphy movie. Here's Hustler Hollywood. If you guys have watched the streams, you know this is my #1 store, my favorite store. That's not true, but I always do the same bit in front of the window. I'll just keep doing the bit till I have annoyed everybody, and then I'll stop. I'm not going to do it today. They do have the outfit for the guy, though, right? That's always the joke, and then it's not, you know, it's not a bad look, right? Wait, what do you guys think? If you're your own best audience, you can always have a little fun in life. If you make yourself laugh, that's true. Powell said, "Good evening, Eric. What's going on? How you doing?" Yeah, we showed him the handprints earlier, but unfortunately they were already closed. So I talked a little bit about it.
Yeah, by the time he gets home, it's like the other two, like, you're gonna punch her first.
Staciano said you run into the Scientologists a lot. Not so much around here, but in other parts of the city, I do. Not really around here. They used to kind of send them out on the corner, not just back by the test center, which is well known, but other areas. I haven't seen that for a while. We're just taking a stroll. I'm almost done, but You could catch my rambling on the replay for sure. Tanya said, love-hate relationship. Yes. Tomorrow's Saturday, so I'll see what's going on. Maybe there'll be something else to film. I actually was so tired. I closed my eyes at 7 o'clock at night tonight, and then I woke up. It was or 6:30, and it was 8:20. I never do that, but I guess I needed it because I never do stuff like that. Yeah, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Share the stream. If you like independent reporting on corruption and crime and stuff, you can subscribe to my Substack, which is free. That's in the link too. I mean, we always appreciate paying subscribers, but the main thing is you just subscribe so you can see what's going on and keep the truth out there. It's important. He's dressed like Spider-Man.
And that guy was the best dude in the world.
Bacador said, is it safe to walk at night here? Not really, to be honest. I mean, I do it all the time, but I mean, has anything ever happened to me? Which will happen on this stream the minute you say that. I don't think this is a super safe area. I also can't say that anything's ever really happened, but it's just a vibe, It's kind of like New York City was. That's what I always tell people. It's like New York City was 30 years ago. It's kind of just behind the way Times Square kind of used to be. They turned it into Disney, and a lot of people didn't like that, and I understand it. But it did become become a safer place. That's how it felt to me anyway, because I grew up on the East Coast. So yeah. Julie said hello from Minneapolis. Hey, Julie. I'm going to tap out in a sec, guys. I'm going to get something to eat, get a drink, but I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you're having a good night. Thanks, LA Deb. Oh, here's another Scientology building. This is the fake school program. All right, guys, be well. Have a good Friday, and have a great weekend.
Now, even if you do pull up, I'm going to